Mickey Krause, congratulations. You are the second person on Team Europe for the Reyes Cup this year. Just how does that sound?
It sounds unbelievable. I can't wait.
Did you think at the start of the year that this would be something you'd achieve halfway through 2024?
I didn't even think about it. I was just thinking I was going to play my best pool, and if it happens, it happens.
Was it a goal and aspiration, something that you set out for at the start of this year?
No, I was actually thinking Mosconi Cup the next couple of years, but I wasn't thinking this year. But the Reyes Cup sounds even better.
Summarise how it feels to be in the first ever Team Europe side at the Reyes Cup.
Oh, that's an unbelievable feeling. Mostly because it's the first time. I really don't have any words. I think it's going to be amazing to play all the Asian players. They are really good competitors, and I played a lot of them just now. I think I played 4 of the Asian, like some of the strongest Asian players. So I can't wait to play them with the other Team Europe.
Talk to me a little bit about your time in the Philippines, because I know that last year you went and spent about 3 or 4 months sharpening the tools, and it's clearly paid off. But talk to me a little bit about, from your experiences, the scene of pool out there and the kind of, how the nation embraces it.
Oh, they love the game. They really do, and their safety game is on another level. It really helped a lot, especially in this format with tight pockets. It really makes it different. The safety game has to be pretty strong, and they just love it. You see hundreds of people around, like a table or 2, and just loving the game, and it's just like playing here. It's a great feeling.
You're going to join Eklen Kaci from Albania alongside you in Team Europe. Talk to me a little bit about, do you have a relationship with him firstly, and if you do, kind of how do you get on? What do you rate about his game, and how do you think you two can work well together in the Reyes Cup this year?
Yeah, he has a really strong safety game, some of the strongest at the European players. I really envy that, and also he's just what he done after he broke his arm after like a big accident is very, very impressive. I can only tell you that I'm really happy to play with him.
And talk to me a little bit about your game. If pool fans don't know much about you, you've announced yourself on the world scene with the European Open title this year. What can pool fans expect from Mickey Krause at the Reyes Cup this year?
I'm just going to play my best and have a good time. It's going to be the first time. Everybody's going to be all over it. I think the Asian players love, the Asian people just love the game. So it's going to be great.
Yeah, and the speed is going to open up the pocket of hair. You hit it sweet. The Dane's going to get it done.
Mickey Krause wins the house, and the Great Dane is European Open champion.
And obviously you're clearly a fantastic individual when it comes to winning titles this year. You're enjoying an extremely good year. The Reyes Cup obviously brings in a team dynamic, something which we've seen you play with Baron Lotfi for Denmark in the World Cup of Pool. Talk to me about how that's going to be a little bit different, because you're not just out there playing for yourself, you're playing for your team and your continent. Have you enjoyed your time playing in the World Cup, and do you look forward to that team dynamic again this October?
Yeah, that's going to be a great feeling. It's a little different because I'm used to just playing for myself. I did play some football when I was a kid, but I wasn't really a big fan of it when I was younger, because I was like, it's annoying if the other players don't do well. So I think it's still going to be an amazing experience.
I just wanted to get your thoughts as well on the namesake of the Reyes Cup, Efraim Reyes. Have you come across him, played against him? What's your views and opinions on the great man?
Yeah, I was actually playing him when I was in the Philippines. We played 2 sets in one pocket actually, and it was unreal. Like I learned so much. He just thinks so different, and he's just very creative. He just imagines things and he just makes it happen, and it's very impressive to watch.
You saw firsthand the atmosphere that the World 9 Ball Tour saw in Hanoi back in October 2023. We had some 3,000 fans watching that final table. We've been told that the Philippines is a step above. You've been out there and played yourself. Do you expect the fans and the atmosphere to be a Mosconi Cup level, even bigger?
I think it's going to be bigger than a Mosconi Cup level, and that's just going to be even more amazing because that's the only event I've ever watched. I never watched any pool really. Like I did watch sometimes to learn, but the only event I really like sat down to watch was Mosconi Cup. So seeing a Mosconi Cup atmosphere in the Philippines is just gonna be an amazing experience, and then playing it, of course, that's just gonna be a different level.
Does that get you fired up? Like you said, the Mosconi Cup was the one pool event that you've seen. You know, you're quite a quiet guy around the table, cool, calm, and collected. You don't give too much away. We've seen players like Catchy himself. He's a very cool, calm, collected individual. But the Mosconi Cup, you know, he tends to let himself go. Do you think that you might get lost in the emotion a little bit?
I might, but I don't know yet. I really have to be there, see the atmosphere, and also talk with the players. Like, because I think if I'm playing like on a team, I'm probably gonna be a little more cheery, because I want my teammate to be like, okay, he's not just an emotionless killer. I want him to think that we can work together and be a team. So.
And we know that you're at the start of your career, but given that you've won a WNT major this year, do you think you'll use that experience to help with the dynamic in the team, whoever does join you and Catchy, because you now have that experience? Will you see yourself as someone who is a leader in that team, or do you think that you will kind of, just focus on your own game?
I'm really gonna focus on my own game, I think, because it's really about that. Because if I don't do too well, like, I can't really if my opponent doesn't do too well, I can't really like rely on that. So I just have to focus on myself, and I imagine they would do the same.
So you'll be out there to support the team, but you won't be the one kind of leading from the front. Is that what you mean?
Maybe. I mean, you really have to feel the atmosphere and just let it happen, I think.
And I want to look a little bit now at the Team Asia side. Aloysius Yap was the first name to qualify after the World Pool Championship. We've got Johan Chua, who's now joined, who you beat in the final of the European Open. We'll get to him in a second. But firstly, on Singapore's Aloysius Yap, what do you know about him? What do you respect about his game? What do you think he can bring to the Reyes Cup this year?
Yeah, me and Aloysius, we talk pretty much at every event. So he's just a really, really strong player. Like he always gets really far. Like he won so many events, so it's hard not to think highly of him.
And then a word on Johan Chua. Obviously, you beat him in the final of the European Open in Fulda. Talk to me a little bit about his game. A Filipino playing in the inaugural Reyes Cup. You know he's going to have the fans on his side. How's that going to fare up, do you think, in October?
It's going to be amazing. Yeah. It really will. I hope I really hope there's going to be a lot of resistance toward Europe, because it's going to be making it a lot more exciting for us, at least I think. I like getting nervous. I like the feeling of being under the pressure, and I think they're just gonna do really well. Do
you get fired up off a crowd? You've not played in the Mosconi Cup yet, might I add, but you've seen how raucous a Mosconi Cup crowd can be both in America now and in Europe. Do you think if you've got thousands of Asian fans baying for European blood, is that something that you will kind of get a kick out of? Or?
Yeah, for sure. I'm probably not going to show it too much, but I definitely do. It's just unreal to really think about. It's hard. I have to only imagine Mosconi Cup because it's the only event that is remotely close to that. Yeah, just have fun.
Viking by name, Viking by nature. You think we'll see a few chest pumps if you win that first point for Team Europe?
I would imagine.
And obviously, we've only got yourself and Clint Catchy on the team. Is there anyone that you'd like to see join you in Team Europe? Any names that float around that you would like to be involved with for that week?
No, I think the people that's going to be on the team are really strong players, and I have all my trust in them.
And lastly, what would it mean for you to bring home the Reyes Cup in the first year for Team Europe?
I really have to think about it, because it's an
Think about it from a breakout year. You know, you set yourself up with a goal of making the Mosconi Cup. You've added the European Open to your title collection in August. And to end the year with the Reyes Cup and who knows what else, what would that mean to you? Just try and think about that for a second.
It's just exciting, it really is. It's just an exciting experience. The Matchroom crew is amazing, and they always put on a show. The music is really good, and I could only imagine with thousands of people in the back, it's only going to be more fun.
Do you think you'll learn a little bit more about yourself? Like you said, you've not played in those big arenas with those big crowds. You think you've got an idea of how you be, how you react, but do you think that you'll learn a little bit more about yourself in those arenas, in those moments?
100%, and it also, like, I learned a lot from just this event, and the last one that I won, like, I didn't think I would smile after I won, to be honest, because I'm still like in my game, so it's really hard to like think that you're gonna smile, you're gonna be like, but whenever you realize that everybody's like cheering for you and you're done, like you don't realize it until like probably like 5-10 minutes later, and it's just amazing.